Alright, what's up, Summoners? SoloRenektonOnly here. Not back for another daily commentary, but I'm here with something extra special. A little quick rundown of some builds I've been trying out, some runes and masteries, and quick explanation for you guys. So this video hopefully shouldn't be much longer than 5 to 7 minutes, and I should be able to explain it all in that short time frame. So let's start off right away. Runes and masteries. Masteries rather, are going to be the same with every build, all three of them. Basic 2190 page, picking up the 4% CDR, spell weaving, deadly game, or dangerous game. I always thought it was deadly. Either way. So yeah, 21.9. If you can get away with damage, I feel like you should. That's pretty much my philosophy with Renekton. If you can get away with extra damage, you should. So 21.9, you're still really strong in lane. You still beat everybody in lane. Really strong. So let's hop into the runes. There's 2 pages that I run with these builds. Well, I guess 3. The standard 2 pages are going to be these 2, which all you're essentially changing is the blues. So you're going to run AD reds, AD quints, and armor yellows. That's going to be the same with everyone. So you get 15 AD and 9 armor off of that. I know some of you are wondering if armor pen's better. It is better in terms of like damage, but the way I feel about it is if you miss like 5 or more creeps, you could have just invested that 100 gold into more damage anyways. So I feel like if you're gonna miss any creeps at all with armor pen, it's not worth it. If you miss 5 creeps or more, it's not worth it. And I know all of you are missing 5 creeps or more because I know I missed 5 creeps or more during the first 10 minutes of the game. So at that point, I just think AD is much better. Also, they changed the way that your Q works, so it's just by damage, or sorry, it's just by bonus AD, and it's not by damage anymore. So it actually makes AD better for your Q heal. I mean, obviously that's very slight, and your Q damage, but it's very slight. So then the only thing that's really changing is your blues. So against physical damage, you just want to run 5% flat CDR, so that's 6 CDR blues, and then you finish the other 3 with the magic resist. So you get 4 magic resist, 5% CDR. And then with the other page, you get 8 magic resist and 5% scaling CDR. So you just take 3, you basically just swap them around. So you get 3 scaling CDR and 6 flat magic resist blues. This gives you 4 extra magic resist, helps you in the lane against all the AP opponents. Pretty easy. And then when you do the full AD build, you just go 15% scaling CDR, because there's no other way you're going to get that 15% CDR that you need. But this is for the full AD damage. I'll explain that one in a bit. So yeah, let's just hop right into the starting items. So starting items, I run pretty much like the standard start is just Longsword 3. You can run that in every matchup and be fine. It builds right into your Tiamat, so it gets you started in that route. And you don't really have to go Doran's Blade anymore because you're not really fighting all-ins that much, because pretty much everybody but you is going to have teleport. I still run Ignite, by the way. Yeah, everybody but you is probably going to have teleport. So the only time I really go Doran's Blade with one pod is when I'm worried about like all-in fights, because obviously 70 health from Doran's Blade is much better than extra potions, because you're in an all-in fight. A potion isn't going to heal you for that 70 health that you have due to your Doran's Blade. So maybe against like a Riven or something where you're going to be like all-in fighting, they have Ignite. If it has teleport, I still would even go for a longsword, but maybe like Riven with Ignite or something like that. Someone with Ignite that's going to try and fight you early is where I'd get Doran's Blade. Boots 4 is pretty good against ranged champions. I like it a lot. I tried it with a different build I was running a couple days ago. It basically allows you to run up to them and Q them, and their only response is to either A, run away, where they get no damage on you and you're able to Q an entire wave and make sure you don't get shoved out level 1 or 2, or they trade an auto attack and then you Q them and run away, and then they auto you again. So they get 2 autos for you to auto Q. It's pretty much an even trade, and you get a Q on an entire wave. So again, same purpose. You don't get shoved out of lane at level 1 or 2, which is pretty important against ranged champions. It's actually all that matters, is that you shove them in rather than you getting shoved. Wow, 4 minutes in already. Okay, so let's go with the standard build. You're going to see this common theme in every one of the builds: Tiamat, Black Cleaver, Ravenous Hydra, or Tiamat, Black Cleaver, Titanic Hydra. I feel like it's just the best starting. It gives you a nice mix of damage, gives you really good actives on both, or passives and one active on both of the items. The armor pen is amazing. They synergize together extremely well because the active of a Tiamat slash a Hydra applies a Black Cleaver stack. It breaks you from your W animation. There's just so many benefits. So honestly I think these are the best starting items that you can ever go in Renekton, and that's why you'll see them in every one of these builds. So, yeah. And then with the standard Renekton build, afterwards I try and finish the Kindle Gem if I can, mainly against AP because you're going to be building the Spear Visage after. And yeah, it instantly gets you to the 40% CDR because you get 20% from Black Cleaver, 10% from Kindle Gem slash Spear Visage, and then you have 10% from your runes and masteries. So it gives you the 40% CDR at like 25 minutes in the game. It's pretty amazing. After that, you just finish your Randuin's Omen, Spear Visage, typical tank items for your 4th and 5th item. Well, actually, it's 3rd and 4th. Yeah, 3rd and 4th item. And obviously switch them depending on who you're against. If you're against an AD team, mainly, obviously you want the Randuin's Omen before the Spear Visage, and vice versa. Against double AP, you want Spear Visage first. The 6th item that it can be honestly a ton of things. If you want more damage, I want either BT or Bork. I guess you can get Last Whisper too if they have like a ton of armor, but most of the time you should be fine with just your Black Cleaver. So Bork or BT, either or. If you have to catch more people, like you're diving back line, and they have like a vein that you're trying to stick onto, Bork's probably better. If they have a lot of poke damage, BT's probably better. Thornmail if you're against a lot of AD damage. Banshee's Veils or Maw. Alright, I can't speak. Maw of Malmortius if you're against AP. Get the Maw if you want more damage. Get the Banshee's Veil if they have like crucial spells that you need to block early on in a team fight, like maybe an Annie initiation or something like that. So yeah, that's the standard Renekton build. You can build that pretty much every game and be fine. And again, you can build this one every game and be fine. Essentially, these two builds are like interchangeable. It just depends on whether you like the Titanic Hydra or the Ravenous Hydra better. I think it's like honestly 1A, 1B. Like they're so close, it's not even funny. The only thing that changes with this build, like I said, you're going to be building the same 3 things, Tiamat, Black Cleaver, and then Titanic Hydra, obviously, over the Ravenous with a Titanic Hydra build. And then you sneak the Kindle Gem if you can to cap out at 40% CDR. Now, the first change here is that you build a Bloodthirster for your, what would be 3rd item, for your 3rd item. Now, the reason for this is with a Titanic Hydra, you get 400 health. With the Black Cleaver, you get 400 health. So that's 800. If you're building the Kindle Gem, you got 1,050 extra health. Factor in your ultimate, which is probably at the 2nd level by this point. You're looking at a ton of extra health that you have. At this point, you're pretty tanky, because it's only the mid game. So you're pretty tanky without any resistances. So you can sneak in the extra damage item. And the lifesteal is also really, really good, because Titanic Hydra doesn't have lifesteal. That's like the one major drawback that I dislike. Is the no lifesteal. So I think sneaking a Bloodthirster here is really good. Bloodthirster is obviously better than Bork in this situation because you want more lifesteal. That's the importance. It's not like over here where you have multiple lifesteal items, so it doesn't matter. The lifesteal is one of the biggest factors in this right now. Plus the AD, it's like such a huge difference. You're going from 80 AD with the Bloodthirster to 25 with the Blade. So it's like not even close. So when you're only building one of them, I definitely think Bloodthirster is better. So build Bloodthirster here, and then obviously Randuin's Omen, Spear Visage, switch them depending on who you're against, same type of thing. So let's get to the full AD build, thing I've been loving lately. So this build is like awesome. I just like it because you do so much damage and it's fun being a crocodile, insta-killing backlines. Essentially with these two builds, if you catch the back, you kind of have to like catch the backline twice. Like you get them with a stun, and then you do all your damage, and then you dash and follow them again, and just finish them off. With this build, if you touch somebody, they're dead. So that's kind of the two differences. These two, you have to catch them like twice. This one, you have to catch them once. Obviously, these two allow you to catch them twice because you're much tankier, and you can just kind of sit there after you catch them the first time, and like, you know, double dash, get them again. This one, it's you don't have much health, so you pretty much have to rush it. Flash is obviously crucial with this. You essentially don't want a team fight without Flash unless you're really ahead. So you try and split and tell your team to stall until your Flash comes up. That's why you can invest into Distortion Boots as well. They're really good in this build. You can also do plus 15 movement speed. That's really good as well. anything to help you stick on the back line. It's not even sticking on them, it's catching them. That's the thing. As long as you catch the back line, you're good. So that's kind of why Bork factors in as the fourth or third item in this build, because again, you want to catch the back line. So it's really important to be able to stick on them. The movement speed's crucial. It's also another damage item. Its W, its passive works really well with your W. It allows for like 24% of their current health, which is pretty insane. And obviously Bloodthirster for more damage, Last Whisper. You can swap those depending on if they have a shit ton of armor. If they have a ton of armor, you just get the Last Whisper before the Bloodthirster. But now that you build Black Cleaver all the time, like armor doesn't even really mean much. You just use, you get full stacks of Black Cleaver and use your empowered E, and then it's like they have no armor anyways. So, but yeah, Last Whisper is still really good. And then obviously with this build, since you're only getting Black Cleaver, that's 20%, and then Runes and Masteries. Before we were only getting 20%, so you need an extra 10% to hit 40. So that's why we switched to the scaling CDR. Whew, 11 minutes, boys. If you stuck around, I appreciate that. I tried to get it done in 5 to 7. This is like my 5th time recording this, trying to get it down. The first time it was like 18 minutes. So thanks for watching. If you stuck around the whole time, I appreciate that. Much love. I should have a couple commentaries out in the next couple of days. We'll see. But if you got any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.